with Chipara here. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire is scheduled for this March of 2024. And this toy line has the release of Ecto-1, which is a re-release of the very same vehicle that has been released for the Afterlife film, and before it, of course, for the real Ghostbusters toy line. So this vehicle has seen releases multiple times, both in the 1980s and now in the 2020s, to kind of relive the experience of enjoying this same toy model, the same vehicle model, with an updated toy line for the upcoming Frozen Empire movie. And there's nothing wrong with re-releasing these same vehicles, especially if they can be enjoyed over and over again, especially something so iconic as the Ghostbusters ambulance, so to speak, the main Ghostbusters vehicle of transportation that is almost as iconic as the Turtles van. The Ninja Turtles van, I'd say, is just as iconic as the Ecto-1. So today we're going to do an unboxing of the Ecto-1 from the Ghostbusters Frozen Empire movie. That's, again, this is a tie into the movie. Looking at the box, this comes with a Slimer Ecto Stretch technology. And this is probably the same Slimer that comes with some of the other figures in the toy line. And I did that in a separate unboxing, which I'll link in the description. But to give you a quick look at it, before I even open it, this is the Slimer Ecto Stretch that comes with one of the figures. As you can see here, he has his very iconic look from the movies, from the Ghostbusters 1 and Ghostbusters 2. Most likely, as I've seen from some of the promotional images for this upcoming movie, he looks very much the same. But again, it's collected or contained in one of the figure releases. But the whole point is to stretch the Slimer so that he can fit over your figures and almost give that impression of sliming. And I'm assuming the same figure as what is listed packaged in this Ecto-1, it has been packaged with one of the other figures. So if you choose not to collect the Ecto-1, or you choose not to collect the figures and just collect the Ecto-1, you can get this very stretchy Slimer. But anyway, let's get to the unboxing, or the look of the box. So looking at the box, of course, you got a very similar look to kind of the design of the Afterlife Ecto-1, so to speak, vehicle or playset. This one doesn't have any of the Ghostbusters on the box, but it does have the depiction of this drone, which seems to be the major change with this model. Otherwise, this appears to be a cost-effective release, once again, for the Ghostbusters Frozen Empire release. So it looks to be almost an identical, or I would guess to be an identical release of what came out for the Afterlife movie. So in the description of the box, you've got a track and trap, and the rest of it comes in different languages. Ecto-1, again, with a depiction of the vehicle and an action pose with the drone, the Slimer, and the Ghostbusters logo. Now, turning over to the side, you have more discussion about the stretch aspect of the Slimer, which I already showed you, along with the drone and this kind of like a blaster feature that was the same as the previous release, with the ejector seat. The ejector seat. Got my words kind of thrown around there because must be impacted from all the slime or the cost effectiveness of this release. Turning over to the back, again, you've got this kind of blaster on the ejector seat, the iconic look of the Ghostbusters vehicle, but again, the stripe has now extended to the front of the car. Usually the stripe kind of stopped there, but this goes to the front. So I'd like to see, like, if there's an actual model change or if they just painted a line with this new release. Then you've got kind of this license thing that you can kind of cut out and fill it out with your own information, so you can actually use the box for kind of a separate feature to fill out your name. But again, you've got the depiction of the Ecto-1, more of a toy accurate picture as opposed to just being a drawing, with the Slimer with that Ecto Stretch tech. And it looks like they've got some type of scanning code for your phone. some QR code, which I'll scan and see if that does anything. But again, nothing much going on here that we haven't known already. And again, on the side, once again, the drone and the Slimer and the front of the ambulance, the Ecto-1 vehicle. So we're going to get this open and see what's inside and see if this is really worth a purchase for anyone that is interested in Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Okay, so we have the vehicle outside the box. As you can see here, this is everything it comes with, fully assembled. It comes in a couple of pieces, but it could be assembled literally with stickers and assembly within 15 minutes. This is the sticker sheet. As you see here, very few stickers to put onto the Ecto-1. Some of it already comes with stickers on it, like the drone that you'll see here, but I'll go into explaining that in just a minute. Of course, you've got instructions on the assembly of the Ecto-1 along with the placement of the stickers, but really you don't even need that, given that if you just know how the Ecto-1 looks like and where the stickers make sense, you can just do it by yourself without even looking at this. But looking at the Ecto-1, and I'll do a comparison, this is the exact same model that has come out from the real Ghostbusters back in the 80s, which of course is one of the most iconic toys and beloved toys that kids, young and old, have been able to play with. But again, for those that have played with the real Ghostbusters and with the Afterlife release and this new Frozen Empire release, this is identical. The only thing that is a major change here, and I wouldn't even say major change, but minor change, the stripe now goes through the front of the vehicle. And again, I'll do a comparison, but the ejector seat with the blaster is identical to what you'd find in Afterlife. The stickers are the same. The only changes that I see besides the stripe, if we're going to put this back into the vehicle itself, and again, this is an ejector seat, you just kind of push the seat inside. If we can get that inside, maybe we'll just pop it out. Not an exact science here. So if we put this back inside, actually I'm doing this wrong. There we go. Pop this back inside. Oh my goodness, cheap plastic. Thank you, Hasbro. You're definitely going places this year. All right, pop that back inside. Okay, there we go. There we go. Some assembly required. Ejector seat, let's put that back inside for you. Pop that seat out, pop that, or pop that. Close, close, there we go. The big changes here is that the Afterlife release had this little spot here that had the remote control vehicle that would come out and would just roll out. And of course that was used in the movie, that they had this, again, this little back ramp that the remote control vehicle, the ghost trap, would come out, and of course was the purpose of having that action feature to give that same type of scene from the movie where it would capture the ghost, the muncher. But instead of the remote control vehicle that was in Afterlife, you get this drone that was housed in there, but now can actually be placed onto the top of, and this already came with stickers, but it can come on top of the Ecto-1 and right on top. So that's a change. The stripe is a change. And the other change that I see here is that you've got gray wires as opposed to blue wires. So otherwise, this is the exact same release that you'll see on the other Ecto-1 releases. So if you haven't purchased this previously, again, this is definitely a buy. Now, I would say there's a big disadvantage here because while this retails for about $29.99 and up in terms of retail stores right now, This is going for $20 and under on Amazon for the Afterlife releases that are still in stock on online stores. So again, you might be able to pick up for 20 bucks the Ecto-1 for Afterlife, and it is the exact same vehicle except with blue wires, no drone, but instead of that kind of remote control, not real remote control, but the depiction of that little rolling ghost trap instead of this flying drone for 10 bucks cheaper. So no incentive to buy this release over the Afterlife figure, the Frozen Empire release over the Afterlife release if you can buy the previous iteration for the previous film for 10 bucks cheaper. But otherwise, if you can't find it and this is the only one in stores, this is the only one you can buy, then pick this up, because if you haven't purchased this previously, you definitely want to have this in your collection, even just to display. And I'll do a comparison in just a moment, but just to give you kind of a quick look at it, again, for those that don't know, you've got this ejector seat that you just kind of have these pegs on the bottom that kind of, let's see here, the pegs on the bottom that, there we go, that connect to this this door. And then, as you can see here, this ejector seat can be used as a seat for the toys, and you can connect with this peg for this action feature of the blaster on the side, and you can shoot out the bolt that's in there, the kind of the blast. There we go, with this button on the end here. But otherwise, again, pretty simple. You can't really even fit comfortably figures fitting inside without them kind of sitting on the floor, for the exception of the driver. But if we get a couple of figures inside, so if we start putting in the new Frozen Empire figures, again, they've got an ejector seat for the figures to be placed very comfortably inside as far as the ejector seat. And as far as the driver, of course, you can be able to fit the driver in there very comfortably. Now, as you can see here, for those that aren't opposed for this new version of the Ghostbusters being a family with their kids being Ghostbusters as opposed to actual adults being hired into a company, then you'll be okay with this new Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. But again, this is very strange that it's just literally a family that is taking over the Ghostbusters, and it's their parents or it's the mom, the boyfriend, and the kids now being the Ghostbusters. But anyway, if you're okay with that, you can sit these new characters into the Ghostbusters vehicle. You have to take off their ghost packs, which is literally like a peg in their back that you can pop off. And you can put those ghost packs very comfortably seated inside into the Ghostbusters vehicle, as you can see there, and they'll fit right inside. You can fit another couple of Ghostbusters sitting very uncomfortably in the back there. We're going to put a little Venkman in there. He's going to sit back there. And let's see, we're going to put a little bit of Egon in there as well. Come on, Egon. Not Ghost of Egon, but regular Egon. And again, they'll sit kind of comfortably with the ejector seat still out. And for display purposes, it looks good. And again, this Ecto-1, this vehicle, definitely a must-have for any Ghostbusters fan, but not even any Ghostbusters fan, but any adult collector that, not even an adult collector, I would say, but anybody that likes to have a display of popular action figures and vehicles. This is one of the top ones. So any iteration that you'd have, whether it's the real Ghostbusters, the Afterlife, or the Frozen Empire, you definitely want to have this as part of your collection displayed somehow. So again, I highly recommend picking this up, or if you can find the Afterlife on Amazon for about 20 bucks, pick it up. But make sure you have this in your collection. Now we're going to do a little bit of comparison time. So for those that are looking forward to purchasing this for the Slimer, here I have him in the package that he came with in the packet, in the actual box for this new Ecto-1 for Frozen Empire. So that is the Slimer. So this retails for about $29.99 and up if you can find it in stores. And it comes with this Slimer. But if you just want the Slimer and not the Ecto-1, you can pick up this same Slimer with one of the figures for $9.99. Comes packaged with the exact same stretchy technology Slimer. The exact same figure, but again, packaged with the figures. This one's packaged with the Ecto-1. Again, the exact same figure. But just going to show you that for those that are just looking to pick up the Slimer, which for kids, it looks like they'd probably be more interested in the kind of this stretchy, squishy, stress ball looking figure than the actual vehicle themselves or the figures. They might just be better just picking up the action figure itself for $9.99 as opposed to paying the full $30+. But again, same exact figure if you're picking it up for $9.99 or $30+. So comparison time. This is the Frozen Empire Ecto-1. And for comparison purposes, this is the Afterlife Ecto-1. Only difference, and you can clearly tell, there is a line colored on this one. And it gives it a little bit more character, but there's not even like a mold change. It is literally just painted on. So there you go. The difference between the Ecto-1 for Frozen Empire and... the one for Frozen Empire and the one for Afterlife. Now, that is change 1. Change 2, you've got the gray wire versus the blue wire. Oh, what am I going to cut? Am I going to cut the gray wire? Am I going to cut the blue wire? It doesn't matter. It's just a different colored wire. The exact same model completely. So that is the difference between the two. The exact same ejector seat. Exact same. Down to the pegs. They look identical. They both work the same way. So, again, same thing. And again, if you don't need to buy both. I just have both because for the purposes of maybe I want to display these with the retro collection. Maybe I want to display these with the newer figures, the Spangler family, and that's the purpose of buying multiple. And then there's another one to show you why I keep it in the box, and that is the Real Ghostbusters Ecto-1 re-release. Now, it kind of gives reason as to why there's so many pegs on the top of these models is because they're reusing the same one that instead of an ejector seat, it came with a seat that you could put onto the top of the Ecto-1 to place a toy with a ghost trapper. And that had the ability to kind of swivel it around so that the figure on top could swivel and be able to capture the ghost. And of course, this came with the animated retro figures for Real Ghostbusters. Very iconic looking box. This one I have kept in the box. I have it remained in the box. While I've opened up the Real Ghostbusters figures themselves, as you can see in some of my previous videos, I've kept the Ecto-1 in the box preserved because I do remember the box from the 80s, and it's very like a very important memory for me to at least keep one thing in the box, and that is the Ecto-1, to have this preserved and contained and pristine. So to give you a comparison, again, the exact same Ecto-1, but with the seat, instead of an ejector seat, you have it on the top. So for method of comparison, I won't give you the full comparison, of course, but it comes with this ghost trapper kind of, oh, there's a better picture right there. Comes with that ghost trapper kind of on the top as opposed to as an ejector seat on the side. So there we have it. There's the Ecto-1 from the Real Ghostbusters, the iconic original release. But putting that to the side, again, you've got these two vehicles right here, the Afterlife version and the Frozen Empire version. The same, but definitely whether you're going to pick up one or both, just know that you're going to be getting the exact same vehicle. So that does it for me, guys. Please like and subscribe if you want to hear more about what's coming for movies, for TV shows, for streaming, or just want to learn about some new things in terms of travel recommendations. Please tune in for my channel, and I will see you guys next time, definitely for the theaters when this comes out in March 22 of 2024, March 22nd, 2024, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Head out to the theaters, and I'll see you guys there. See you guys next time. Bye.